Hey guys, what up, Frame Chasers? It's your boy, John here. Today we're gonna do something different. So I'm on OBS. I'm sorry, I apologize. So, we're gonna do a live edit today. So, not really a live, but a edit of one of our upcoming episodes that should be out hopefully soon. For our NAB special stuff that we're doing. So what we're gonna use is Premiere Pro. And we're gonna open up Premiere Pro first. It's also a tutorial of how I do multicam work as well. So I just want to show you the workflow. I know Mark was showing you guys the workflow via color and audio, and now I'm going to show you the workflow of how I edit this stuff as well. So sit back, relax, let's enjoy the show. Hopefully I'll take you step-by-step process. You guys can understand where I'm coming from. Yes, that is the light over there. I am shining against my wall because it's brightening me up a little bit. If I turned off the light right now, let me just show you this so you guys can see. Yeah, that's how dark it is in my room. So using this light, I added up a little bit more brightness. So let's do that again. Okay. So it should be a little bit better. It's not going to be like the best thing ever. But again, guys, we have two windows going in the corners. We're going to be on the third somewhere around here. I don't know yet. We're not editing this part of the project. We're editing a episode of Chasing the Frame and how I edit a multicam workflow of Chasing the Frame. So what we do first is we go to new project. So we're on new project. We go to browse. That's what I like to do. I browse my shit. And then, so in this we're going to start from the scratch. So I show you where everything is. So in this PC, we go to our big friend, our big mama. So we go to big mama. That's our A drive. We go to podcast. Now, don't mind these things. Now I'm going to new podcast style because I made a mistake early on when doing this podcast about doing shit and kind of misorganizing a little bit. So I've been trying to be a little bit better about that as well as time has gone by. And my bathroom door is open. I just realized I am an idiot. Holy shit. Well, don't mind me. If I have to go to the bathroom, might as well just leave the door open for you guys. But anywho, project files. Now, in this project file, we're going to call it. Now, I'm going to open up my folder, another folder. So you see it in the other corner of our OBS. And then... Whoop, gotta bring the mic over a little bit more, Johnny. We're gonna go to Big Mom on this side. Go to podcast. Now you're gonna see the whole list of everyone who's on this podcast. So no one can ask me questions about how many people you have, how many people you need. Like, you know, this is us. I just want to scroll this. We have from episode 6 because we didn't really keep organization before 6. So basically all the way down, and these are our NAB specials. Hello, I'm giving you a little side preview because I'm going to be posting this tonight as well. So Cody, we're going to be working on Cody. So we're going to call this NAB special. Sorry, it's in the project file. So our title of our project, our sequence, I believe it's called, is going to be called we're calling this NAB special. I can't spell. Special. O2. Oh, yeah. Don't press the shift button. O2 Cody J. Morale. I like to keep it consistent with everything so everyone knows where my project files are. If I have to send it to someone, at least they know, hey, that's the person we're working on. So we're going to press OK. Boom, shakalaka. Okay. Now you're going to see how I set up my shit in Premiere. So this is my workspace coming up. I'm very excited to show everyone. I don't really show everyone this usually. So this is very exciting. Hopefully I just raise my voice a little bit louder so we get a little bit nicer volume coming out. All right. Takes forever to fucking goddamn Premiere. But anywho, coronavirus 2020. Ugh, so much to do, so little time. It's killed our workflow a little bit via doing more podcasts. So technically, I think by the time this blows over, we're going to have about, man, we're going hard again. But I think there's going to be like another 20 people that want to be on the podcast still. So we're definitely going to be into next year, going into 2021, which is fantastic. I hope you guys are listening and watching and subscribing and all that good stuff on our YouTube. Shout out to our YouTube as youtube.com/chasingtheframe. So type that in or type in a podcast episode. You'll see it there. We don't upload that much to YouTube. Just giving you guys the heads up. But we always upload to Anchor, which will then distribute to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Overcast, all our podcast platforms you can go to, and we're on somewhere, and you'll find us, man. You have to, dude, I calculate we have over almost one day of audio for you guys to listen to. Now, during quarantine life, that's a whole day you can listen to us and just do nothing and just listen to us. So now we are opened up in my beautiful timeline space. So just to let you know, right here on the bottom, hold on, let me check where OBS is so I know exactly. Okay, cool. So, all right, cool. So over here's my preview screen and all that good stuff. On this side's my timeline, my organization for all my files. But first, because this is how I do it, I go to assembly first. So I click on the assembly tab and I go there first. And now I'm going to import my media. So we go to Big Mama. We go to Big Mama again. Sorry, I'm not used to talking to people and doing all this shit at the same time. So we go to Big Mama again. We go to podcast. We go to new podcast style. We go to episodes. We go all the way down to Cody. We go to audio. We click on all three. Actually, you know what? I don't trust this because this happens a lot of times. So I kind of just, for my own sake, I kind of just do it in Premiere itself. So I'll just make a new bin and I'll call it audio, right? Put all that audio in there. Boom. Right. Next thing I knew, I'll go to camera 1. That's moi. Oh, that's me. I'll open that up. Boom, 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 boom. Cool. Camera 1, new bin. Cam 01. Organization is key to anyone who's editing. Honestly, like, it is the biggest fucking thing ever to be organized as shit. Now, then we go to camera 2, and we'll bring in Cody. All right. So now you see how this stuff is kind of broken up in the Blackmagic stuff. Usually the Blackmagic camera only has one file, but because we started and stopped for another reason, I always go off this camera first, and then I kind of line up everything from there, and I build. So this is what we're going to do. Okay, so we're going to go back to DiMarco. Okay. I'm just waiting. We're just generating the peak files right now. So I'm going to make a sequence. No. I don't do shortcut keys, apparently. There we go. Sequence. We're going to call this. The one I call it. See, now I always confuse myself. So I have to always fuck this up a little bit. So I always do something called sync first and then assemble. Or assemble then sync. So this is going to be called my assemble. And then when I usually make the multicam, I call it sync. But then the sync's all in that thing, but it shows you the whole timeline. You'll see later. And then the assemble's the smaller one. So technically we'll call this one, I guess. Yeah, we'll call it assemble. As we're assembling the footage together. That's why I call it the assemble one. So we're going to press enter for that instead. Okay. All right, now go to camera 2 because camera 2 is on our talent because they get the nicer camera, and I care about them more than I care about my damn self. Drag and drop, and then we say we want to change the sequence settings because that's the correct ones. Now, you see there's no audio. We're still generating the peak files at the bottom here. See over there? Okay, so it takes a minute because it's a whole bunch of shit. It's like, a 2-hour talk or whatever it is. So what we're going to do for this part of it, because, actually, for this part, here's Cody. This is Cody. Awesome dude. Wonderful to have him on the podcast. Everyone on the podcast, honestly, I can't say this enough, have been wonderful. Great people. Wonderful to work with. Wonderful to talk to. Great to know their stories. Cody's a great guy. He's a Vegas local. I was, honestly, awesome, and I feel lucky enough to get him. I saw a video on him doing something about the Zcam E2, and he did this wonderful review, and I loved it so much that I was like, hey, dude, I saw spots in Vegas. You're in Vegas. Let's get on the pod. You have to get on my podcast. I want to know about your journey. And he said, yeah, and, boom. And it was awesome. So, okay, so all the audio is, in the thing now. So I think it's generating one more. It's just generating our boom 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 boom. What's this called? our peak files for the GoPro Max. So that's last and everything. So we're going to go to our we're going to go to audio. We're going to go to our first clip. We're going to check that out. So see how many like audio waves or audio files, tracks. Can't speak. There are for the Podcaster Pro because we're doing multi-track. So in the first 2 lines of the multi-track is a stereo output. All right, so we get rid of that. Then we'll bring up the rest, okay, and get rid of everything else in between, even the intro, because the intro is recorded as well. But because we have the intro kind of in a file by itself, which we then later, put the intro thing in there, yada yada yada. We get rid of the intro. So yeah, so this is how we start, and then I'll just go here and I check the sync here first. So I go right click, I go to synchronize, I go to audio because I am too lazy, and it's to try to do this myself, and it'll take a lot longer. So I just go audio, click that, it processes it, takes a second or two, or maybe more, depending on how fucking complicated it is. And I'll explain why I kind of do it this way too, because, okay, I'm going to let this run a little bit on this part because I'm going to explain why we do this. Because the GoPro Max, I've had issues with it in the past. I've had issues where it just stopped recording on me, and I was like, what the fuck? And I had to re-record in the middle of the podcast, and it's done that a handful of times. And then it has made new file numbers. So when you see what I have to do here, you'll understand hopefully more method to my madness about this and see where I'm coming from. Hopefully you understand, and if not, whatever, don't care. It's my workflow. This is what's great about editing. Anyone can have their own workflow. There's no one dedicated workflow to anything. Mark has a different workflow than I do when it comes to editing. I have a different workflow than my friend Charles, who when he edits. But he has implemented things into my workflow that I now use today that I kind of expanded upon. Hopefully, anyone that is watching this can see what I'm doing and how I'm doing it, and they can take some of that into their own workflow. Maybe, I don't know. It's up to you. If maybe if you just like watching me edit fucking videos, I don't know. But you can take what you're seeing here today and maybe implement it to yourself and find a faster way as well too. I don't. If you go to me, hey man, I found another way to do this, and this. I'll try it. It's not a big deal. So again, guys, now see where this is. The audio has, boom, right over there. So, perfect. Okay, so we go there, and then we cut there because of this GoPro issue. Just so we, I'm sorry, I did it wrong. Command Z or Control Z, whatever the hell it is. So then we go to audio again. We put the next clip in. We go take away the thing. Typically, it is the same. It will be we connect the audio correctly to the next part where it is. We'll just double check to make sure it's correct because you have to double check as an editor. Now, hold on. Before I do that, I have to solo our tracks because I don't really want to hear the. Don't want. So we're just seeing if this comes in. On. All right, cool. So that's synced there. I just double check my work because you should double check your work. It's like math. You have to double check math. You gotta double check this. Also, you gotta double check physics. I realized anything with math in it, just double fucking check it. I mean, seriously. And when it comes to video editing and audio and all that stuff, double check your work. That is the most important thing I will tell you today while watching this shit. Double check your work. Okay, back to where we were. All right, boom. All right, now I'm going to take the next part because this is another section of the thing. This is totally separate than from what the video is actually. Actually, no, I don't need to do this right now. I can just do this separately because it's a special thing that I can't really show you. I think we're going to release it soon too. Okay, so now we go on to the GoPro. Now I'm going to double check everything on the GoPro real quick, so bear with while I go silent for a second. All right. So this is the issue. So you see in the GoPro, there's it starts with a 1. Oh, it starts with a 1, and then it it starts with a 1 and then goes to 2, then goes to 3, then goes to 4, then goes to 3, then 4. So that's the issue I was coming around with, because unless it's making new files, it shouldn't be making like a 2 and a 3 and a 4, because obviously from what you see, the 1 should be sufficient enough to just go into the whole thing as it is. It shouldn't go into a 2 or a 3. So I'm guessing there was GoPro issues with this episode. So you probably see me like fiddling with it if we go into the multicam. So let's go with 1 first. Okay, bring that down. Now, this is what I do. I take this whole thing right here. Now, this is the interesting thing. You can't do this whole thing. So I have to actually make the cut right here to make sure this all goes to plan. So I'll right click. Sorry, I should have told you what I did. So I cut that because you can't sync this all together because the audio is not one whole audio track. So what we did was to cut that real quick, moved it over, and then we're going to take the GoPro and we're going to see where it lands when we sync it up in here. And now we speed it up. I mean, the edit of the edit, because it's editception. So we're not going to do a whole edit tonight for you. I'm just going to do a handful of edits tonight and show you how we get into the whole process. So hopefully you're learning something from here. Hopefully you have any questions. Please comment on them, because I will answer those comments, and I will kind of see what's up and all that shit and everything. And by the way, this is my Funko Pop collection. Hopefully you see this right there. Hold on, let me just turn this on so I can show Doctor Who. I got Doctor Who. I got Kevin Malone. I don't know. Yep, Kevin Malone, Batman, Jim Henson, and Slimer. All right. You know, you have a fast computer, a fast PC, but it still takes fucking forever to process audio. And Mark would be telling me, dude, you gotta go through Reaper. You gotta go through Reaper. You gotta go through Reaper. I know, Mark. I'm sorry. I'm not going through Reaper because I'd like to do everything inside of one thing. So, okay, cool. So it did that. And we move that, and then I have to cut again because we have to go to the next part and see where it is. Oh, we have to cut the audio too. All right, so we move this over. It's a lot of moving and dicing and moving and shit. So I mean, this is how I'm editing this shit, so you guys can see what we're doing. And then also I like the color code that I remembered I did this, so I know which one's which. I'll change this to label. Let's make it magenta. All right, so we go this one next. All right, we synchronize audio. Now let's see if this is actually the next clip or it's in the twos, because that's going to tell us if there was an issue. See, it says could not sync one or more clips in the current selection because matches cannot be found. Okay, so let's just see for random. Oh shit! Command. Let's just take this, move this over, and let's just see if it's at the end over here, just for shits and giggles. Maybe again, this is what makes no sense with the GoPro Max and why it just cuts off sometimes randomly. I have a fast enough micro SD card. I don't know if anyone else has occurred on this issue with the GoPro Max. Okay. So this clip right here, we can't use. So we're going to move on to the next one. So we won't label that because we didn't use it yet. Okay. Bring that down. Synchronize. All right. Let's see if this is the winner. See, this is what I do, man. I gotta play cards. Do you remember that match game where you have all the cards and you just flip them and see which one matches with what, and they match the same, what was it, 4 and 4? Was it? How did you play that game again? Or not the match game? It wasn't cards. Okay, see, this one worked. Okay, perfect. So we bring that over, back, it was, you know, like they have the symbols and stuff like that. You turn them over and yada, yada, yada. You like, oh, take them away. You have less and less. So, now I'm going to assume, because it makes an ass out of you and me, but you're just watching this, so I'm the ass here. So I'm going to assume here that 30063 is our next one. Okay, we you know, audio, synchronize it. So, oh, you know what it could be also, but this is what doesn't make any sense, is that maybe when we re-recorded our second part that was separate, when we had okay, I'll tell you what it is. We had a phone call with Mark. We called up Mark to be on the podcast with Cody to ask from Mark's perspective, because he wanted to ask Cody a few questions with the Z-Cam because Mark wanted to buy one. By the time this video is up, Mark will not have a camera yet. Love you, Mark. But so I'm guessing because we stopped recording, it just started a whole new file structure, which is really weird. And I don't think I turned off the GoPro, which it makes it even like crazier, because the GoPro is always hooked up to a USB with a USB powering it. You know. Okay, so this is perfect. This is good. Use it. We label it. Now we go to 4. Yep, this is the winner chicken dinner. Oh my God, I sound like Guy Fieri. Please, someone shoot me now. Okay. Synchronize again. Remember, guys, let me just show you one more time. I feel like I'm going this way too fast. I bring the thing, I right-click, I go to synchronize because it's going to be your best friend. I go to audio. I use audio because that works the best. And I press OK. Now, I use merge clips too, but that's for other things as well. Mostly like narrative work I'll use that for. Okay, so we have the podcast. Let me just make sure this is the end of the podcast, because that would be really bad if it's not. Oh, that's why we had to stop, because we had to take a pee breaks. That's what it was. Now, I should have labeled. Oh my God. All right, let me go to this last one. Now, to find out what it was, revealing project perfect. So this is going to be 12. I went a little too fast for you guys. I'll explain it in a second. All right. All right. So we go to our best friend. We go to synchronize audio. And here we go. So we're going to synchronize right now while I do a little bit of ASMR. So, guys, this is an ASMR video now. How does it feel if I'm doing some ASMR? Don't do that. That tastes terrible. ASMR. We're doing some ASMR. Oh, that was a weird noise. All right, let me find something else to do. All right. ASMR. While we wait for this to process, because I'm making you guys fucking annoyed. I hope I am. Oh, it's processing. All right, cool. So that's that part. All right, then we go to the bottom. Same thing, same shindig. Oh, so you see these audios at the end. That's actually where we have our phone call with Mark. So we're gonna keep one of those because it does it in a stereo as well. Right. So what I did there to take one, but it copied it though, is I do Alt click, and then I just bring it up. So that's what you do if you want to do that, right? Then Alt, drag, and I take all that shit. So then I'll just put this at the end. Sorry, put this at the end right there, and I'll just double check again because you have to be safe than sorry when doing a multicam edit. Now, guys, I'm not trying to be an ass or I'm not trying to beg for shit, but honestly, it'd be a hell of a lot better if we had a studio set up and if we had like some camera switching shit as well to do. So guys, please fucking listen to our podcast and watch our videos so we can get this equipment. I'm not asking for much. Okay, so that's the end right there. Let me just make sure this is the end before we get into the actually, no, I have to edit the whole thing. Then I'll figure it out, actually. I'm lying here. I feel like I'm misleading with the fake news over here. Okay, so now cam 2's done. Let's go back to cam 1. All right, move this over again. We go to synchronize because that's what we do. And then we go back to ASMR. I can't do that. Okay. All right, perfect. Wow, that was weirdly enough synced really well. So, again, we go to label, we go to magenta, click on that, and we're good to go. Go to the next one. Drag that over there. Make sure we are kosher because that's what we need to do. Audio. We just rinse. It's really, once you get into the groove of this, it's really just rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat until it's all done. Yes, it's a little time consuming, but I don't think we've done it. We've only done this for 30 minutes so far. And that's really not that long of a time. I know it might sound like a long of a time, but at least it's in the olden days when we were doing I just realized I did something stupid. And let me just check this one again because I realized I had the audio on our solo tracks and it actually doesn't correctly synchronize, as you saw from that move over there. It doesn't synchronize correctly with this program if you solo the tracks. So I made a mistake. I made a boo-boo. I apologize. I'm kind of curious where it's going to go because, as you see, there's a big dip right here. So it has to move over a little bit, hopefully. We don't have any other issues as well in this because then I feel like, oh, perfect. So, boom. And then go to label, magenta. Last one. Up there. Also, Cody has a really cool podcast called Mental Health Mondays. Oh my god, I feel like I butchered it real quick. Hold on. Oh my god, I'm terrible. I can't spell either. Yep, Mental Health Mondays is a podcast he has. It's for creatives. Mental health for creatives. Or talking about mental health with... I'm sorry, Cody. I am terrible at explaining shit, man. But it's a really cool podcast, guys. You should listen to that as well. Oh, messed up that. Oh, shit. Did it again. Oh, what the... Check that. Synchronize, and we sync. All right. Okay, drag that over. All right, zoom on in. Perfect. Now we are done with all the aches and pains I like to call organization. So then what I do next is I'm going to make this nice and clean now. So wherever this starts, I cut out the fat, kind of in a sense already. And I'll cut out the audio from everything else as well. So that's what I'm doing here right now is I'm pressing on a keyboard on a PC, Alt, click, and drag. And I'm getting rid of all that. And I'm going to get rid of all the blue. That's what I'm getting rid of. So all that shit right there. Hopefully this doesn't mess up anything right now. And then what I'll do is I'm going to right click, delete tracks. And I'm going to delete all empty video and audio tracks. All right, cool. And then from there, all right, that was actually click on that, delete, bring that over. Okay. Okay, check everything. I don't know why there's some weird deviations where this shit just does that. Now we'll right click. We'll go to make. We'll nest it. We'll call this sync. So this is our sync. And now the sync is in a nest. Well, I'm sorry. If you open up the sync, you'll get the whole thing in a nest. But if in assemble, it'll be right there. So this is us. Then we go to multicam. We enable it. We go to this right here. So that toggle multi-camera view. By the way, if you guys don't know where that is, you can go to this thing and you can add it. All you gotta do is drag it and drop it in. Okay? Easy as pie. And that's what I did right there. And we have our multicam set up right now. And I've been doing this. It's just funny that I've been doing this like this for the longest time. And it always looks weird that, the guest camera's looking that way and I'm looking that way when it should be the opposite way around because the eye lines and stuff. And it's just funny, even though technically we are looking at each other. So then we go in, we zoom in, and we start with. All right. So I numbered these. So my 1 is Cody, my 2 is me. So I start with me. And then I go edit. And now I just cut. And that's basically what we do, man. So that's how we do it. That's how we edit at this place. And now I'm going to edit for a bit. And then we're going to, end this episode right now with me talking about, actually, you know what? Let's edit. I'm gonna take out the headphones because I can hear better. Actually, let me see something. Let me go to file real quick and let me see if I can do this. And then if not, I don't need to take out the headphones for the proper audio of listening through the the speakers. I really can't speak today. I can never speak actually. Let's just be honest about it. Preferences. We go to audio hardware, and then we're gonna go to line Rodcaster. Sorry, output speakers, Rodcaster Pro. All right. And there we go. Perfect. Now I can listen to myself because I love listening to myself. So we're going to start this again, this edit. So we're going to start from the beginning because now I can hear me in my speakers and my headphones. So now I'm just going to sit back, kind of listen, but actually listen. Zoom in a little bit too. Let me just delete so we can start from the scratch, and then we work our way forward. So in 3, 2, 1.
Hello, my frame chasers. It's Wednesday, and you already know what it is. A new episode of Chasing the Frame today. I'm with Cody J. Morrell. I said your name correctly.
I'm sorry about saying last names
because usually I would mess up and I practice. So before we get started, let's get some housekeeping notes out of the way real quick. So we're gonna do that, and then as you know, we have a T-shirts on teespring.com/stores/chasing-the-frame. We got men's and women's T-shirts saying #frame hashtag frame chaser on it in black with white lettering, ranging from about $20 to about $25.99. And that's for the tri-blend. You have tri-blend, and crew neck t-shirts, as well as some other premium
I just want to say
t-shirts.
this, guys. I am surprised from all. I mean, no one's really watched the videos yet, but this has been in our background, and no guest has said anything about this thing yet. And what this is a gag gift my roommate got from our friend, and it's basically the firefighters of New York. And I am really shocked no one has said anything to me in the last fucking 40-something episodes that we are actually a little less than 40 episodes we've done from the house. So I'm really like just kind of like flabbergasted. No one ever said anything, but it's just funny. But continuing the edit. As well, very soft, very comfortable. I totally recommend if you want to buy it, go ahead. If you don't, cool. I'm all for whatever you want to do. And if you want to make a Teespring store, go ahead too, because you make your own store for free, basically. I highly recommend that too. And last bit of housekeeping before we get started, we're going to try something different. Just want to get people to, get help donate. If you want to donate to the show, basically, you can. If you don't, because I'm glad you're just listening, we can go paypal.me/CTF podcast. Cash App is DiMarco3. And also, we're accepting Litecoin XPR donations on YouTube. So we are keeping the good faith in the cryptocurrency because, hey, it's the future, and let's be honest and real about it. That shit's coming sooner than later. And plus, it doesn't have to be a whole Litecoin right now. And XPR is dirt cheap. It's under like 30 cents at the time of this podcast. By the time this podcast is out in like November, it might be more, but hey, you can. Yeah, I made mistakes about this because I kept forgetting about the NAB specials. Hold on, I think I'm correcting myself. You can do I doesn't matter. I don't need one whole thing. I need less. Whatever you want to do, donating wise. So, thirdly, you can also donate on Anchor on the homepage there. So let's get to it. Who's ready to chase frames today? So, Cody, first question I ask everyone on the podcast. So, are you from Vegas originally?
No, I'm originally from California.
Okay, we're in California.
Yeah. I lived in Rancho Cucamonga, as seen in the hit film Next Friday.
Okay. I think I have a friend who lives in Rancho Cucamonga, and that's like one. I love the name of that.
I lived on like the border.
Okay.
It was like Altaloma and Rancho Cucamonga. It was kind of like this thing where the house we lived at, it was maybe one house over, it was Rancho Cucamonga, and one house over, it was Altaloma.
Yeah.
So I was always never in the place. I was like, I don't know where I live.
So basically, you're like in one side of the river, it's like this, and the other side, so you can like literally just go to any school you want to, probably.
Pretty much. We had like our best friends that lived next to us. So
okay, that
cool.
works.
Yeah.
So they live on the other side, or they live in Rancho Cucamonga?
They lived in Altaloma.
Okay, guys, let me explain something real quick to you. I kind of want to touch base on this really quickly with you, but basically, see right here, I'm saying like a lot of yes and stuff like that. Don't cut to yourself. You don't have to cut every time I speak or anything like that, because then. Just it's about the guest. It's about the person speaking and who has longer sentences than a few. Sometimes you do cut to it in a sense, like I do cut quickly to myself saying yes, just to break up sometimes monotony of the whole thing. If someone's saying something really long, like the intro, I might go back and recut that a little bit, just to get some like him looking or something like that. It's just now is the like look through and basically look, and basically what I'm doing here also is I'm really watching the waveform and watching when he speaks, and that's basically what I'm just switching. So I see the waveform, so I'll know. So let me just open that up a little bit. So you see this, I'm the top, he's the bottom, easy as pie. So then I just watch.
Yeah. So I was always
never going back to where we are.
The place. I was like, I don't know where I live.
So basically, you're.
They lived in Altaloma.
Okay.
Yeah, we lived in Altaloma technically, but I'm pretty sure the house next to us was Rancho.
It's all depends on the zip code and area
codes,
like
all
this
that weird
stuff, right?
line.
Yeah. Second question I ask.
Now, I made a mistake there. I shouldn't have cut to him. Let me go back to it. Let me go back. Actually, I could have cut to him. See, there's a few things where you don't know sometimes when to go to them and when not to. So I'm going to do a little short edit there. Be cut to me.
No zip code.
Yeah, it's like
all
this
that
weird
stuff, right?
line.
Yeah.
And
second question I ask everyone is, what was the movie, TV show, director, actor, creative person in your life that you said to yourself, I want to do this?
Oh, man, that's a good question. It's like my best friend. His name's Alex Gutzmer. He runs a company in South Dakota called Uncharted Visuals. He also works with a guy named Dan Ludeman of Ludeman Productions. They work together. He's like an adventure photographer. He climbs like crazy mountains and does that, but he does weddings too.
Oh, cool.
He came to do our engagement photos, and he, when he was here, he was like, "Hey, I know you edit a little bit." I always like made stupid short films like for fun. They were terrible.
But as long as they're fun and you're enjoying yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I decided not to cut it myself because Cody's still going on, and I feel like I didn't need to cut. You don't need to see me because again, it's about him. It's about his story right now.
He was like, "Hey, do you want to try to edit this wedding? I'm super behind.
Yeah.
Like I need help." I was like, "Okay, sure."
Yeah.
And he's like, "But you have to learn how to use Premiere." And I was like, "Okay."
What were you using at the time?
Like Final Cut.
Oh, okay.
Or maybe like iMovie.
There's nothing wrong with Final Cut. I don't understand.
There isn't. I just now I use it and it's like so alien to me compared to Premiere. And I use a MacBook. That's what's weird. But
by the way, turn off your phones if you're ever in an interview. I forgot to that one day. I felt so embarrassed.
Yeah, he said, like, "Can you edit this wedding film?"
Yeah.
And I was like, I'll try.
Yeah.
And he's like, "You also have to color grade it." I shot it in S-Log 2.
Oh.
I was like, "Great. What does that mean?"
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck are you talking about? What is S-Log? And I was reading it, so I was like, "What's slog?" Like, what is that? And he's colorblind.
Oh, that what kind of colorblind? Because I know there's like 3 different versions.
Don't
Do you
know. He, I think he said he sees a lot of browns and stuff. Like, a lot of, like, saturation is weird for him.
There's a long time ago I was talking about this with someone, and there's an app where you can like check the color blindness of other people, like how other people see. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, I definitely want to see what he sees because we even thought about.
So guys, I'm just gonna cut the first 10 minutes just so you can see kind of what I'm doing a little bit. Hopefully, you guys are understanding more. I wish this was live so you guys can ask questions and I kind of answer for you guys as well too about what's going on. But sadly, that's not the problem. Maybe we will continue this in a live atmosphere if you guys do like what's going on. So we can do that next time. I'm gonna continue the edit. So we'll just do that. I know it's Easter coming up, so happy Easter, guys. I just want to say that before I go into the edit again, before I forget. But again, guys, let's get back to this edit.
The world how we do.
That'd be nice because then at least you can see the proper color.
Yeah, exactly. But dude, the thing about him is he like blows
also, guys,
people away.
Save. Just don't forget to save. By the way, even if you have auto save, I just always like to save just in case.
With like his photo editing.
Yeah.
And it's like you're colorblind and like I think that's what kind of gives him this edge.
Interesting.
Honestly.
Yeah.
He has this like weird edge to him. Like you look at his stuff and you're like, huh. This isn't like what it should be, the color, but it's right. It's like
interesting.
Yeah. So
he's probably lying to you. He's not colorblind at all.
Yeah, he's just a fucking genius.
Yeah, he's using that as a crutch. Yeah. He's like, yeah, I'm colorblind.
That's his like story on the movie. But yeah, he had me edit that wedding film. What ended up happening from that was I was like, oh shit, I love color grading.
Also, guys, I know we were talking about me focusing on the person who's talking and stuff like that. I mean, I like to give this live atmosphere of cutting. So if there are mistakes in my cut, I want people to feel like it was a TV show, like a live production TV show. Like I know they run over shit all the time, but like, I'm using the Oscars and that's a terrible fucking example. But like, let's say, I can't think of a show, but still, if you watch like a live TV and stuff like that, or a game show where you have to cut back and forth or something like that, yeah, I'm kind of giving that. I want to give that feel as well, so it comes across feeling authentic.
It's my favorite thing, and he's like, "You got it to look normal."
Yeah,
I was like, "Yeah, because Sony S-Log is disgusting."
Now I messed up. I shouldn't have cut to myself here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look for my next spot where I talk. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna drag this over because that's where I know I'm gonna talk again. And I'm just going to continue from there.
Like it is. It was from an A7S II.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Like, that camera's great, but S-Log 2 from that camera?
Well, let me ask you this before I go into the S-Log question.
Yeah.
What was it like editing a wedding video for the first time in that regard? Like, was it tough? Was it like...
It wasn't.
It wasn't?
It was like I finished it in 3 days.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. I can't even do that now.
Yeah. You can't do that now?
I can't.
Why can't you do that now?
I can't even do that now.
Yeah. You can't do that now?
I can't.
Why can't you do that now, if I may ask?
I hate editing weddings.
Oh.
I hate it. I'll go shoot a million weddings, but when it comes down to sitting in a room and editing, I'm like, nah. Nah.
Was it? I'm guessing because it was new. That's why it was easy for you.
And also,
were you doing like 8-hour days or like 4 hours here, 4 hours there? Like, what was it like time frame wise of like actually how long did you edit that for? Like in that regard, if I may ask.
I worked in a warehouse.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I was a like a person that what I do, like receiving.
Mm-hmm.
So I worked in a motorcycle accessories warehouse, like a fulfillment center.
Yeah.
On my feet all day, just like you literally couldn't sit.
Yeah.
Like unless you were on break.
Yeah.
And it was very structured. And so I'd go get off work and I'd go home and I'd sit down and be like, wow, I could sit and edit. And and before that I was screen printing, which I was on my feet. I was in the heat. Like it sucked.
Now, some people probably will speed up their footage while they're editing these multicam stuff. Yeah, you can do that. I'm not opposed to this, but at the same time, for my personal workflow, I don't like doing that. I like to listen to the whole thing because I know even if you're going to a faster speed, you might miss something. You might miss something that you want to cut to or something like that, or it might be a second, too quick, and then you have to go back to the frames and stuff like that. I feel like I can pay more attention. I can give more, respect to the person speaking by listening straight through normal speed if I'm doing this.
So editing, I was like, oh man, I can sit here in my pajamas. I can get off work and come home and just sit down and like lose my shit for like 4 hours. Like not even like just shut the world off. Yeah. And so I think it probably took me, I was like, I would come home like so excited after work. I'd get home at like 4 and I'd edit till like 10.
Okay.
So I think I did that twice. And then I like wrapped it up on the third day.
Nice.
Like 2 hours or something. I sent it to him and he was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
He's like, how did you do this? And I was like, what do you mean? And he's like,
well, he gave you parameters? He didn't like say, hey, I want to do this, and this?
He had a style.
Yeah.
He was fairly new to it too.
Yeah.
Dan wasn't. Dan's been doing it for a long time.
Yeah.
And so they kind of like knew each other, but I didn't know Dan yet.
Yeah.
I've just heard about Dan.
Yeah.
And so he was like, yeah, just edit this. Like, here, watch one of my videos and like see how I do things. So I would export it out.
Yeah.
Like every minute I finished, and I'd send it to him and be like, what do you think?
Yeah.
He's like, it's great. Just keep going.
And this is before Frame.io, I bet.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I don't even use that now, and I totally should. Yeah. But so
shout out to Frame.io, by the way. Frame.io is the shit. A little expensive for my taste right now. But if you are a business, highly recommend it. It is dope as shit. Not sponsored by Frame.io, but Frame.io, if you're watching this, please sponsor me and check us out. Please get in touch with me, john.ctfmedia@gmail.com, guys. That's anyone who wants to talk to me in general and ask me questions. Please reach out. Feel free. I will answer them as quickly as possible and to the best of my ability as possible, too. And if there's any questions that I don't know the answer to, I'll be honest and I'll try to find an answer for you and just, do some research as well, too.
Yeah, I was like sending him these clips, like, "Oh, what do you think?" I would like film it with my phone, like a 5-second clip. Yeah. Like, what do you think of this? And I was like lining up lyrics with things that were happening in the wedding film.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, "Oh my God, I'm a genius," but that's just what you do. You like emotional connection with editing. So I finished it, and his friend Dan contacted me and was like, "Hey, do you want to edit this wedding film for me?"
Yeah.
And I looked at his work, and like he was even better than Alex. Like he's basically Alex's mentor.
Okay.
Like he's the guy that took him in and said, I'll teach you whatever you want to learn. Just help me.
Okay.
And so Dan saying like, hey, do you want to edit my wedding film? I was like, oh my God, like this could be a thing.
Yeah.
So around that time, I'm trying to think of like what happened with that. Just that's who it like the most inspired me, I guess. Like Alex, was just like, hey, try this out. Just try it. I've always fallen into things like that.
So here's a question too. When going back to younger you though, so were you doing anything like camera wise or like editing? Because you said you did some short films and stuff like that. Like,
yeah, I mean they're not even really short films. They're just like mess around YouTube stuff.
Yeah.
Like I one time learned in After Effects how to like turn into a demon.
Oh, cool.
Just like like.
Now, you're not going to get everything perfect. I make mistakes. As you're seeing, I'm making mistakes right now of how I want the edit to be. And, don't get frustrated if you're thinking like, oh, I'm doing this, that, and the other thing. And, like, oh, I did this. And, like your edit was a little off and stuff like that. It takes time. And, like, again, I'm not perfect. I'm still messing up on my edits and, like, how I want this to look. So don't get discouraged if, you're feeling that way from doing a multicam shoot as well. I mean, multicams are a little tough, but they're also very easy. It's just the process of putting everything together. Once you get the hang of it and once you start doing it, it's literally just like clockwork and you're just going 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. That's if you have 2 cameras, but you can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Who knows? But that's basically, I just want to give you guys that tidbit as well too.
Learned in After Effects how to like turn into a demon.
Oh, cool.
You know, just like like.
So the bug was always there.
Yeah.
It just the bug. Well, the caterpillar was there.
Yeah.
The butterfly grew at when you did the edit.
It was kind of like forced. Like I never really looked at any of it like, oh, I could do this.
Yeah.
Photography.
I have
where
like the worst analogies probably ever, if anything, or maybe I'm pretty getting better because like my friend Charles Dog is a fucking analogy king. He'll find something to analogize it and it'll work out to the best.
Started
in
like 2008. I bought a Canon T2i.
All right, nice.
Yeah, and I would go out to parties and I'd take pictures.
The camera everyone loves.
Yeah,
still, apparently.
I still have it.
Yeah, whichever. I mean, that's the camera that like can't die. I feel like.
Yeah, it is.
Right.
That and the 5D Mark III. Is that what it is?
5D Mark II. I feel like.
Oh, Mark II. Is that the one that does Magic Lantern?
See, I messed up again.
Yeah, it is.
Right.
That and the 5D Mark III. Is that what?
That over there. Move that over here.
What is it?
5D Mark II. I feel like.
Oh, Mark II. Is that the one that does Magic Lantern?
I know T2i does, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
I think all Canons do the Magic Lantern.
Oh, okay.
The Mark II has a more. I think the Mark II has a more.
Everyone says it's like filmic look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, like
soft.
everything after the Mark II just kind of went like, all right, we don't really give a shit about the video. This is not a video camera, guys. Like,
oh, right.
like here's the Mark III.
Yeah. Yeah. But with the T2i, I would just like take it with me to parties, and I learned how to use Flash because of it, and I never made any money.
Yeah.
I was like, how the fuck do you make money with photography? Like, this is impossible.
You were putting the free into freelance, I like to say.
What is it?
The free into freelance.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Free to freelance. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Copyright John DiMarco, the free into freelance is going to be a shirt, guys. So get your free into freelance. You put the free into freelance. That's what I like to say.
Mostly for fun.
Yeah.
My friend had a T2i and he brought it over and he had like this crazy fisheye lens. And
Oh,
I was
cool.
just like, this is sick.
Yeah.
I was like walking around, I like stole his camera the whole night. And so I bought one like the next day. I think.
Very nice.
I was just like, yeah, fuck it. Like I'll put it on a credit card. And so I did. And
that is how we end the episode tonight. So I'm going to save and we're going to end this episode. Hopefully we'll do a live stream. Actually, we'll probably do a live stream Sunday for this. I will have this episode up tonight or tomorrow, which will be Friday. So this might be a little dated, hopefully, if I don't get it up by Friday. But I will get this up by Friday most likely, or tonight. I'm going to be working on this real quick. So again, guys, thank you for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully you guys, learned something new today about multicam editing and seeing our process as Chasing the Frame does our podcast. And then you're all member hashtag Frame Chasers. That's what you guys are. You're my hashtag Frame Chasers. I think Artlist.io. I love them. Using them all the time. If you guys sign up in our link below, you guess what? You get a year plus 2 extra months free. That's awesome. And Artlist is basically music for creators. It got unlimited amount of resources of music, and you can get new shit every day. It's phenomenal. I highly recommend it, guys. Again, in the link below, you can definitely sign up today for it and get a year free plus 2 extra months. And not a year free, but you get a whole year plus 2 extra months. For those 2 extra months are free. But again, guys, thank you again for watching this video and learning about the multicam edit. And hopefully, again, we'll be live Sunday. I know it's Easter. We'll do it Sunday night. And we'll do a live stream of the edit. You won't be seeing me because we have no webcam. I have no webcam, so I will not be shown in the video. But again, guys, thank you again. Have a great day. Have a great week. Have a great month. Have a great year. We'll catch you next time on Chasing the Frame. And also, by the way, every Wednesday we have new episodes of Chasing the Frame. And as you saw, we do have almost 51 episodes, almost 52. As soon as we get back from this coronavirus shit going down with lockdown, we will get back to recording more episodes. And I promise you guys, we're going to have a lot of great material. There's a lot of people that want to get on the show. And, it's going to be a great time. And again, guys, thank you again. Have a great day. Peace, guys. See ya.